Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's play with some wrapping paper. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new subscribers, and thank you to everyone who is supporting me in such a positive way. I really do appreciate it. I have this positive vibes only sign behind me in most of my videos now because that's what I want for my channel. I want positivity, warmth, love, all of those wonderful feelings that we can get from our crafting community. So if you do choose to leave me a comment, please make it a point. No, make it a commitment to spread positivity in your comment. Any negative feelings, dislikes, or opinions that you might have, let's keep those to ourselves. And let's make sure that in my comment section, we are encouraging and spreading positivity and kindness. So in a recent video, I shared with you guys some sheet paper that I found on Amazon.com. The paper is very similar in size to the roll paper that I was using from Hobby Lobby that they no longer carry in the 14 by 40 inch rolls. So I was able to find some awesome paper on Amazon, and I think it's 17 inches wide by 120 feet long, and it's beautiful paper, and that's what we're using today. We're going to take that beautiful paper and we are going to turn it into something oh so gorgeous, oh so giftable, and oh so sellable. I'll give you a closer look at this in just a minute, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here is a closer look at today's awesome project. When finished, our box will measure 11 by 1 1/4 by approximately 3 1/2. And when I bend it back, the top says it's the little things that make life big. And then here on the inside, I have 8 3 by 3 note cards and 8 envelopes for those note cards. Now each one is already pre-packaged. So I have 4 per package, and then I have my 8 envelopes in my packaging here. So I think that this is a very delightful set for gifting or for selling, however you choose to do it. And for those of you who are doing any types of Mother's Day crafting, this is a great way to start. So I am going to take my little decorative piece, place it on the inside, close this, and here's what we need to make it. So to make today's project, I'm going to be using one of the gift boxes, and I get these from the Dollar Tree. This has 3 in a pack. So you're able to make 6 of those boxes from just one pack of these. And they are approximately 8 by 11 in size. So here is that one that I'll be using. And then I have 8 card bases that will measure 6 by 3. I have 8 mats for those bases that will measure 2 by 2 7/8. I have 8 envelope liners. These measure 2 3/4 by 4. I have 8 pieces for my envelope that measure 5 by 8. For my card toppers, I have these little mini book pages that I bought from a store in Texas, in Spring, Texas. I believe the store is called The Little Crafty Place in Spring, Texas. So I have these little botanical book pages that I'll be using on this project. Then I have 3 plastic baggies that I'll be cutting down. I'm starting with my baggie size that measures 3 by 9 because I don't have any 3 by 6 baggies, so I'm starting with my 3 by 9s and I'll cut those down. And then I have my 2 pieces of beautiful decorative wrapping paper, and I believe that you guys saw this wrapping paper in my recent video. So I have already mounted my wrapping paper using my Xyron Creatopia. I have placed adhesive on the back, but it's not necessary for you to have a Xyron Creatopia. If you don't have a Creatopia or a sticker maker to place adhesive on the back, you can actually cover the box in your wide tape before you place it down on the wrapping paper. Or you can use your Elmer spray adhesive. Spray the box, not the wrapping paper. And if you're using this spray adhesive or any type of spray adhesive, please make sure that you're spraying it outdoors because inhaling these fumes can be toxic. So I have 2 pieces that I'll be using that I cut to 11 by 17. So I'm using rolled paper for this. You don't have to use rolled paper if you want to join some plain 12 by 12 paper Just make sure that you have a piece that is going to be big enough to cover the box when we open it. And I'll show you what I mean right now. So we need to take our box and we're going to deconstruct it. And all I'm doing is separating these ends. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard and I'm going to fold the bottom inward because I need the room to be able to score. So with it placed in your scoreboard with that open score butted against the edge, we're going to make another score at 4.5. And I'll go down as far as I can, and then I'll just stop because when I fold it, it's going to work out. So then we have our score at 4.5. We need to go ahead and score for the middle piece. So we'll be adding 1 1/4 to that 4.5. So we're going to score at 5 3/4. So those are our scores. So we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish. If we start at the top, then we can go ahead and get the piece at the bottom that we didn't actually score. So let's go ahead and burnish those. And we'll do the same thing over here. And so now your piece is going to look like this. We're going to go ahead and free the tabs here and here. And then I'll shorten these. And then I'll angle. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. So I'll free my tab. And then I'm going to angle and angle. Now guys, this is one of those times that I would not use glue because this is a very large piece. It's also a very thin piece and your glue might warp it. So I wouldn't use glue, just giving you a heads up, but if that's what you have, by all means, please use what you have in your stash. So I want this to be the outside of my box. So I am just making sure I have nice adhesive coverage. And I could have put the adhesive on the box, and I believe that's what I did when I made the first one, but I had already run this through the Xyron, so I figured I might as well go ahead and use it. So I am going to peel away that backer. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down fairly close to the edge. And now I'll use my big old spatula to make sure I have everything nice and stuck, because now we're going to need to go in and trim away the excess. And we're going to do this twice because I'm going to cover the inside in wrapping paper as well. So all I'm doing is going around and trimming out my excess paper that I don't need. And y'all, I'm going to go ahead and trim all of this out because you see what I'm doing. And I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so I have removed all of my excess paper. I'm going to flip this over just to make sure I have a nice stick on this side, and this is going to be a very beautiful box. So even if you didn't want to put cards or anything in here, but you have a special gift that you're giving to someone, let's say you're giving them some embroidered handkerchiefs, then this would be a beautiful way of presenting that because we have covered our box, which makes it exquisite, and it's not just your standard white glove box or something like that. So now I'm going to take this piece and we're going to cover the inside. So I have removed the tape backer from my large 17 by 11 inch piece. Now I'm going to take this piece and we'll do exactly what we did on that first piece. We're just going to place it down. I'm going to try to get that edge nice and covered there. And we'll place it down. Go over it with my big old spatula to make sure I have a stick on everything, even my big old spatula. And now I'm going to do what you saw me do before. I am going to trim out. And you can leave the inside of yours blank if you want to. I just thought it added a little extra something to the inside, but you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. So I am going to go ahead, just like I did on the other side, and trim out all of my excess, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so I have my inside covered, and one thing I noticed immediately was that I oriented my hearts in the wrong direction. But you know what? I'm not going to stress over this. I'm going to go with it. So now we're going to put our box together. So I am just folding in all of those scores that I made so that we can put it together. So now I'm going to take my glue, put my glue on my flaps, and we're going to put the front of our box together. So I am just making sure that I have a nice crisp front on my box. I'll go inside, use my big old spatula to get that stuck, and then I'll do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take my glue, place my glue on this flap, and then I'll join my two pieces. And then I'm going to just get this stuck as well. Then I'm going to take my little center flaps, add some glue, and get those flaps on here. And one thing that I'll point out about these boxes is that they're not always perfect, so your project isn't going to be perfect, and that's going to be true of all the crafting that we do. We're going to give it our best, but we can't always take the imperfect and make it perfect. We can take the imperfect and probably improve on it, but we still might at the end of the day end up with some imperfections, and we need to learn to be okay with that. Recently I had someone to leave a comment, and she said that she didn't feel as though I did my best. How would she know? And that was her opinion. Those are the types of critiques and criticisms that really don't serve a useful purpose. And sometimes we should just keep them to ourselves. I'm all for feedback, but like I said in the opening, I want positive, encouraging feedback. We have a community of experienced and newbies, and we need to make it a welcoming community. So I'm just closing my flap. And I'm just going to bend that in a little bit. And now I can take that flap and just fold it over. And on a box like this, you're always going to have the potential for not having as snug of a fit as you want with the fold over flap. And your edge pieces might even stick out just a little bit. One thing that you can do for the flap, and I'm going to do it for this one, I'm going to take one of my Velcro dots, and I'm just going to put that Velcro dot right there on the inside, peel away the backer, and now when I bring it over and close it, I'm going to have a nice closure on my box. And don't you guys think that that is an absolutely gorgeous box? I love it. And there's the inside of our box. Now we're going to go ahead and make the cards and everything that will go on the inside. So I have already pre-scored my card bases, and I'll show you how I did it. So all I did, my bases are 6x3s. On the 6-inch side, I scored at 3. And then we fold. So now I'm going to take all of my little book page pieces, add some tape to the back, and I'll place these down. Again, I got these book page pieces from that store I visited in Texas. I believe it was in Spring, Texas. Spring like the season. And I think the store is called A Little Crafty Place. So I am just going to put all of these down because I wanted a botanical theme to my project. All right, so now that I have all of my botanical toppers on the mat, we're just going to take our tape, add some tape to the back of the mat, and then we're just going to place this down like that. And we just go through our stack. We add our tape. You can use your glue, you can use a glue stick, use whatever it is you want, and just place these down. You don't even have to put cards in yours if you don't want to. You can put little bars of soap. Alrighty, so now I have all of my little blank note cards made and ready to go. I'm just going to take these and stack them and move them out of the way so that we can make our envelope. I am going to bring in my scoreboard and my wrapping paper that measures 5 by 8, and on the 5-inch side we're going to score at 7/8 of an inch. On the opposite 5-inch side, score at 7/8 of an inch. On the 8-inch side, we're going to score at 2 7/8 and at 6 1/8. And you'll do this 8 times. I'm only going to do one on camera. So now we're going to take our big old spatula, bone folder, whatever it is you use to burnish. Get that nice and burnished. And then I'm going to take my finger blade. You can use your scissors if you want. And we're just going to go in where the folds happened. We'll have that intersecting point. We'll angle upward for the center. And then we angle in slightly here at the bottom. Remove that. Do the same thing over here. So angle in slightly at the bottom. Angle upward. Angle in here. Here. Angle here and here. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to round that top just a little bit. Then I'll bring in that liner piece. I'm going to round the top on that as well. This is the 2 3/4 by 4-inch piece. And we'll be placing this piece in right here. So I am going to take my tape runner, add some tape, and I'm going to be pretty generous on this one because I want really good coverage, especially here in the middle. So now I'll take this piece and I'm just going to add it right there. Let's get that nice and stuck. Now I'll take my fold it over. And what that does is we're using wrapping paper, so it covers up the wrapping paper grid marks, but it also gives us a nice finish to this. So now I'll fold these pieces and I'll fold that piece up and we'll have a sweet little envelope. So I'm going to add some glue right here. And I think I'm going to round these edges as well. And now I'm going to take my glue. We'll place some glue along here. Fold up. Get that nice and stuck. Now we should be able to take one of our cards, place it on the inside. How sweet is that? So I have made 2 envelopes. I'll make the other 2 in just a little bit, but don't want this video to run too long. So I am going to place my envelopes inside of my bag, take 4 of my cards, place those cards inside another bag. And then I'll take my remaining 4 cards and place them in my third baggie. And then I'm just going to trim my bag. And I'll trim all of these bags. And I'm trimming so that I'll have enough to fold over. Like this. And I won't throw these away because I can also create another bag simply by sealing the bottom and sealing the top. So we'll be saving these. And then I'm just going to take these, fold over, and use stickers to seal the backs. Because I think that's cute. So we'll do the same thing here. And I'm using these stickers that I got from the Dollar Tree. And we'll do our last one. I think I'm going to do another one that says just love. So there are the backs of my packets. We're going to bring in our box and place these in the box. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that's cute even before I add this little piece of decorative acetate. You don't have to add it, but I'm just going to put that in there as a cover. You can actually place in just plain acetate if you want. Or you don't have to place anything in. You can place tissue paper in on the top. But I am going to cut a piece that measures 3 by 10 3/4. So let's see how that fits. And we have a nice little decorative top that ties all of these together. Again, you don't have to do this. I just thought it would be cute. So the last thing that I'm going to do on the actual box itself is I have this sticker sheet, and I like some of the sayings that it has on it. It says, "Don't quit your daydream," and I think that is a really nice saying. So I have put that on the inside. Now we're going to just decorate the outside and we'll be done. So I think what I've decided to do is I'm going to take some of these little pale pink roses, and these are from Petaloo, but I got mine from Tuesday Morning many moons ago. So I am just going to cut some of my crinkle seam binding, tie myself just a real loose looking bow. We're going to place that right there. Then I'm going to take one of my little flowers and place it right there. So I'm going to place these down just using some of my glue dots from the Dollar Tree. Really like these. So I'm going to take a glue dot and just put it on the back there. And we're just going to anchor this down. Then I'll take a glue dot. We're going to put it on the back there. And I'm just going to put it down right there. So I'm going to put that one there. I have this little leaf. I'm going to add a glue dot to the back. We're going to take that leaf and just feed it out through there. Then I have this sweet little piece of ephemera that says wonderful. We're going to put that down using 2 glue dots, and we are going to call our little project complete. So let's place that right there. It says wonderful, and I think it is absolutely wonderful. And so there we have it. We have our second beautiful little set of 3x3 note cards with coordinating envelopes. I'll take this out so that you can see just how gorgeous these are. Again, I use this as a little mini stationery set, but you don't need to. You can make this whatever it is you want it to be. I am going to bring that first one back in. There's the top to the first one, so you can see how cute that is. Going to lift. And now we have both of them in frame so that you can see just how gorgeous these are and how easy they were to make. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this project. We took wrapping paper and we took gift boxes, paired the two together like they're always meant to be, and turned them into something fabulous. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.